Hello, my name is Dexter Garner. I'm a sales engineer here at Fairwinds, and today I'm going to be speaking to you all a little bit about customizable fields with our ticketing integrations. So first and foremost, we always want to meet you all where your developers work. And a big aspect of Insights is integrating directly into your development workflow. And so we have a number of first-class ticketing integrations with some of the popular providers. Those can be found down in the bottom left by clicking on Settings and then clicking onto Integrations. You can click through these individual tiles if you don't have a particular integration configured, and you can approve the authorization and directly configure your integration. So feel free to reach out to us if you do have questions about configuring the integrations, but that is where they live. Secondly, coming into action items, a big aspect of the creation of customizable fields is that we understand every team uses a different schematic approach to utilizing ticketing. Whether it's a particular label that's attributed to a specific team or you're working on a specific epic and you want to automate some of that process. So there's kind of two aspects to this. The first one would be the manual approach of coming into action items, clicking on a specific ticket, and then creating that particular ticket with a customizable field, which I'll show you that approach first. What I'm going to be showing you is through Jira. The documentation for these customizable fields lives within our insights.docs.fairwinds.com features, automation rules. Please read the specific documentation for your ticketing provider, because each of the key value pairs and the approach to how you send these tickets is very specific to the ticketing provider, as you'll see in this example I'm going to show you here with Jira. So let me click into my Jira board. So there's a couple things involved in the example that I'm going to be showing you. Let me navigate back out. So we have this project called Fairwinds 123, and I've created an epic that I've titled security-hardening. And let me click into a specific ticket here. The ID number for that specific epic is FW123-516. And you'll see that utilized. These are fields and IDs that are specific to Jira, but that'll all make sense here momentarily. So clicking back into action items, let's say we're a DevOps team. We want to focus on a sprint to ensure that we're running secure workloads. Maybe if there's some CVEs found in a particular container image in a particular namespace, we want to ensure that we have that going to a specific assignee on this security hardening epic. So let me just filter here, by category. I'm going to click security. I'm going to click critical here because I know those are going to be our known CVEs. Let me just click on a random one. And then in the top right, you can see this create ticket button on the dropdown. I'm going to click into that. And then on this modal, you'll see, click back out. There we go. Sorry about that delay. This is our ticketing integration that I just mentioned, FW123-Jira. I'm going to click into that, and you can see that we can add a couple of additional fields here. The main thing is that when you pass these key value pairs, they need to match the payload that you're sending your ticketing provider's API. So with this example, I'm going to pass an assignee of my ID. I'm also going to pass a field for that particular security hardening epic. So let me just grab a couple of things here real quick. So the first field is going to be assignee. And then the value for that I'm passing, Jira does require you to put it as a key value pair in an object. You can see the quotations around both the key as well as my ID. This particular ID can be found by going to Jira, clicking on your profile here, and then it's actually the end of the URL up top. So just something to be aware of, saving you all some time if you're trying to assign it to a particular user. Coming back in here, you can see assignee. Second thing I'm going to do is grab the epic field. So that field is notated as parent, and I'll paste over that value. And then I'm going to click create ticket. And you can see that we have successfully created a ticket. I'll click view ticket to then navigate directly into that ticket. And you can see the big things that we passed. I'm the assignee of this ticket. The reporter is my colleague, John, here. And then it did directly assign it to this FW123-516. That's the security hardening epic. So you can see that was successful. I could go into the backlog, click on the security hardening epic, and you can see all these issues I could then drag to start progress on. The other aspect, obviously, manual approach to this is super useful for identifying individual action items and sending those over to your ticketing provider. Second aspect would be automation, and we allow you to utilize that same approach within our automation create ticket function. So I'm going to click into this example here. And basically, very similarly, I've created a customizable fields object here with my assignee ID, as well as that same epic key and parent key and epic key as well. And I've basically stated that if an action item's in this specific cluster and the event type is privilege escalation being allowed, then I want to create a ticket involving these customizable fields. And that in turn would then send all these over. So all these action items for privilege escalation should not be allowed are action items that have been sent over in automated fashion. So again, a number of approaches. We're happy to walk you through some of these on a call. The big aspect to shout out is to please read your ticketing provider's API documentation, because it is necessary for sending these over. But thanks so much for your time.